Hi, we're Lee and Sachi. We made this video.
When someone says, what do you do? I try to keep it as simple as possible and say that my wife and I own a company named Commoncraft.
And we try to make complex ideas easy to understand.
Thanks to the internet, we can now use the power of computers at a completely different location, what we call in the cloud.
We make educational videos that are about 3 minutes long, using a unique format with paper cutouts and a whiteboard. And our business is based on teachers and trainers and others licensing the videos from us and then using them to introduce these subjects to their audience.
We license our videos to over 40 countries. We know of over 50 million views online, and that doesn't count offline views where people have downloaded it and presented it in person.
The next big thing. What's it all about? This is social media in plain English.
There's a really big disconnect between the way people in technology talk about technology and what most people in the world need when it comes to technology.
When they arrived, however, there seemed to be a problem. There were too many flavors.
One of the first times I really noticed the explanation problem in technology was at a small conference in Silicon Valley, and a CEO was speaking, and he brought up RSS, which stands for really simple syndication. And he mentioned RSS, and an older gentleman raised his hand and said, "What is RSS?" The CEO looked at him and said, "Oh, it's an XML-based content syndication format." And the CEO and I think everybody else in the room just kind of put their head down like, that was just a bunch of gobbledygook. I have no idea what that means. And that was one of the first times where I thought, this is the problem. This is a problem that needs to be solved.
Welcome to RSS in Plain English.
In April of 2007, we published our first video. It was called RSS in Plain English, and it was a viral hit. We had very low expectations for the video, and it really just took off, and it was really exciting. And over the next few months, we made more videos in the exact same format and then started to get contacted by companies to make videos for their products and services that needed these kinds of explanations. But we also kept building a library of our own videos that weren't necessarily about products as much as ideas. Like the Wikis video, it's not about a specific product, it's about the idea of what a wiki is and how it can be helpful.
The group can coordinate their trip better. This is the new way. Yay!
Commoncraft is just Lee and I, and we work from home with our dog Bosco. He's a Springer Lab mix.
In terms of the day-to-day things, we actually answer the phones. I talk to people on the phone and they say, "Oh my gosh, you're actually the guy. I can recognize your voice."
Big data is really huge and complex data.
Once we decide on a video topic, that I'm the first one to write the script. And then it becomes an iterative process where Sachi and I work together to shape the script and make it what we want. And that's very much a team process. And then it kind of goes back to me to make the first version of the storyboard.
Generally, it takes probably about 3 full days to get the video ready.
See, one of the things that we do is make the videos in PowerPoint and then actually print PowerPoint slides out and then color the characters in the PowerPoint and then cut them out. And then this is an example of a video that we've already shot, and these are all images and characters that appeared in the video. This one was on crowdsourcing. And some of the best times I have is sitting at the computer and drawing things and being creative in that way.
We try to make everything that we produce very relatable. And part of that is making the visuals, for example, not have faces. The less attributes they have, the better you're able to relate to it as an audience member. Shooting is really difficult. It's very hot. We have 4 750-watt bulbs on the whiteboard, and most of the heat is on Lee. Thank goodness. But really, it's very intense. You have the camera rolling, and the heat is on for those seconds or minutes that you have it, and you have to make sure every piece of paper is in the right place. and that nothing else moves except for the piece of paper that you want to move. So it's very intense for 4 or 5 hours at a time.
I do enjoy it, but it feels great once it's over.
Good.
It means hundreds of developers can help find bugs in a complex software project and make it higher quality.
Explanation is one of these things that we all do every day. A big part of that is empathy, is being able to imagine what it's like to be in someone else's shoes and hear words like XML-based content syndication format.
If I could speak generally, the world today, in the last decade, has become much more complex than it used to be. And it's not just complex, but there's so many more options and so many more opportunities for people to use technology, and many businesses are required to use the technology to be a part of their market. So we wanted to make a lot of that terminology and those ideas easier to understand. It's essential for businesses to be successful, for individuals to be successful on a professional and personal basis.
We made this video part of our library to help you educate others.
If we can increase the number of people that are better at explanation, then I think that it's going to make the world a more understandable place to live and work. And I think that's really what we really want to see happen, is for the world to be more understandable. And I think explanations are a great place to start.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.